What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we're back with another video. And in this video, I wanted to talk about my real thoughts about DC Dual Force, all right? I was fortunate enough to get invited to the streamer weekend. I played 4 hours a day for all 3 days. So I got 12 hours of DC Dual Force gameplay underneath my belt. So I wanted to give you some thoughts. All right, and we did a bunch of giveaways. I've given away like 700 beta keys so far. I have 300 more, so I'm gonna keep doing giveaways. So before we get started, if you're new here, hi, my name is Chris. I also go by Bootman. And yeah, if you're into digital card games, I usually make content about Marvel Snap, but now I'm also gonna be making content about DC Dual Force most likely. So make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell, because we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. We only need like 400 more, all right? And it's my birthday month. It is my birthday month. So a real easy birthday gift you can give to me is to hit that subscribe button, help us hit 10,000 subscribers, all right? And like I said, I do a bunch of giveaways. I've been giving away beta keys left and right. If you play Marvel Snap, I give away 3 season passes every single month. So we also make a lot of cool content here, all right? I do my best to help you out, discuss different decks, cards, strategies, all that kind of stuff. Subscribe, ring that notification bell, join our Discord server, follow me on Twitter. Everything you need is linked down in the description below, all right? So anyways, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I wanna say, I absolutely love this game. I love this game. Every single day when the beta ended, I wanted to play more. I just wanted to play more, all right? Because it was open from 9 a.m. Pacific time to 1 p.m. Pacific time, or 12 Eastern to 4 p.m. And once the servers went down, I'm just like, oh, I just wanna play more. And I will talk about this later in the video, but I do think there are some major balancing issues in the game. So I think it says something about the game that even though the game gets a little frustrating, and I think there's some balance problems, I still wanna keep playing. I wanna keep playing even more and more and more, all right? So yeah, like I really like the game. I think it's great. Something that people keep asking me though, is it better than Marvel Snap? Is it, are you gonna make this instead of Marvel Snap? All that kind of stuff. It's different, it's different. Marvel Snap is a very unique game. Marvel Snap is mobile first, whereas this game is PC only for now. I believe they're working on a mobile version, but yeah, Marvel Snap games are very fast, it's very straightforward. Marvel Snap can reach a broader audience just because it's very simple to play, right? But I love games like DC Dual Force because it's more strategy based, all right? It's more like, what's my opponent going to do? How do I counter it? And all that kind of stuff. I really love the strategy of games like this. Whereas like Marvel Snap, it's a lot more randomness, kind of 50-50s. Like I've talked about this a lot. There's so many games in Marvel Snap where it feels like a 50-50 chance. If I play my card here, I win. If I play it there, I lose, but I don't know until we both lay down our cards, right? And it feels less so in this game. I will talk about some other things that I saw, but anyways, I love this game. It's a ton of fun. The other thing I love about this game is its PVE mode. So when I was learning Legends of Runeterra, I was so happy that they had a PVE mode, which Marvel Snap doesn't have. So I was playing PVE in Legends of Runeterra to earn a bunch of stuff, learn the game and everything. So by the time I actually went over to the PvP mode, I built a collection a bit, and I was able to actually like compete with people, and I understood what was going on rather than just jumping into, a ranked mode or something. So DC Dual Force not only has PvE, but it also has an unranked mode. You could also just play against AI. So I'm very, very happy that it's launching with different modes like that. But the PvE mode takes you through different comics. So I played a bit of it on stream. I'm gonna try to put some clips if I remember to edit that in. But yeah, I played it on stream, and you go through a comic book, right? But like, not only is there a story, but like I heard some people saying they didn't really like it, and they're like, oh, there's like a puzzle thing in there and whatever. And like, you should be playing against AI bots. I'm like, oh, is this like you're not actually playing the game? Like you're just kind of like doing puzzles? I don't even know how that works. But in the one that I played, it has like 3 or 4 AI matches, right? But then you also have to solve this puzzle. It's like a really interesting way that they did it. You solve this like puzzle box. And that's super interesting and super fun. And like, I think there's a ton of cool storylines that they can get into. So like, I'm really excited for the PVE mode in this. And like, you earn things, you earn rewards. Like the reason I went over and played it was I was trying to find Aquaman, the recruit card for my deck to put him in because some of us got all access to every single card and I couldn't find him. And they're like, oh, you got to play the comic. I was like, okay. So that's really cool that you can like earn rewards just for playing this PVE mode. Like, you know, cards, I think I got a profile icon too, just from the one that I played. They're telling me that there's like 27 comics that are out, but when I was playing, it looked like all the other ones are locked. I didn't have a chance to check because the beta servers went down, so I'll check again next weekend. But if you like being able to take a break from like playing against humans, or you like to just grind like earning rewards and playing PvE, like this has it, and that's super duper cool. All right, so the next main question I got was like, how free to play is this? Is it affordable? It seems like it is. It seems like it is. It's hard for me to tell as a streamer, and like I try to like be fully transparent with you guys because a few things that makes my perception of this a little bit skewed. So I don't think we're really gonna know until all of you start playing and looking at this and seeing how easy it is to build a collection. Because first off, like I said, they gave me access to every single card. So I haven't gone through the experience of being like, oh, I wanna build this deck, I wanna play this card, and I don't have it. But I will say this, I played against other streamers who took the option of not getting every single card for free and just opened packs. They opened like 100 packs, but also they opened 100 packs, all right? And they were building pretty strong decks, okay? But it's like, do you need 100 packs to like compete? But as far as it being free to play friendly, you can get booster packs just by playing the game and earning gold from playing matches. So how long do you have to play to earn 100 packs? You know what I mean? Like after like 4 hours of playing, I think I had enough to open up 3 booster packs. So, you know, so you might have to grind for a week or so to build like a decent deck. But like, I think I heard like there's some other things about the game where I'm just like, I don't know because I heard it from other people. So I'm not like, I haven't made sure it's like confirmed with the devs. So something else I heard is that like you start out with like 100 cards or something like that. Like they're just like, hey, here's a bunch of cards. So we'll see. When all of you start playing, we'll know, but it seems free to play friendly. The price of things doesn't seem super duper expensive. So a lot of things were like $5. So like you can get 3 booster packs for $5. And in the game, you could see how many or like what the drop rate's like for different kind of cards. So you can get 3 booster packs for $5. They also have these like leader packs. They had a green arrow one and a Shazam one. And in those ones, those are $5, right? And you're guaranteed to get a leader, okay? And the leaders are like the big bad cards, right? So it's like when you compare that to Marvel Snap, imagine paying $5 to get like one of the like main cards, you know what I mean? So I think that's pretty fair in comparison. So it looks like they, in the game, they have a thing for a subscription service where it's $10 a month. And for that, you get access to every single comic. So if you play PvE, that seems worth it right there, right? Every single comic, you get full access. And especially if you're earning rewards, because that might be the more affordable route to go. If you're earning rewards playing the comics, you pay $10 and then you could just earn a ton of gold and everything. Like I got 1,000 gold and I think it was like 3,000 gold to get 5 booster packs, right? Or was it 3 or 6,000? Something like that. It might've been 6,000. But anyways, so yeah, you can earn stuff to start building your decks. But with the subscription, you get that, you get access to a bunch of like unique cards every single month. They have like missions like and daily rewards specifically for the subscription. So that seems really, really good too. So I really like that. It seems like it'll be affordable, but like I said, I think when I start hearing from the community a bit more, it'll make more sense. Because the other thing about me is I'm a content creator. I make money off my YouTube channel and I reinvest that into these games like Marvel Snap. I probably will with DC Dual Force because I'm making money off it, so that can fund me getting things in the game. So I don't really get a good idea of that until free-to-play players actually start vocalizing how affordable it is, okay? And then like one of the last things I love that the cards, like the flavor of the cards, this is a new term that I'm learning, the flavor. So let's switch over to this view. So like the cards themselves, like what they do, like I think Joker is a good example, right? So the Joker is a leader card and his main ability is that he can, once he gets 3 charges and you activate it, he gets 2 attack power and then he fires 4 shots. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like it's random, like Joker's a random guy, you know what I mean? So like a lot of the cards like sync up. Like their abilities make sense for the card. Like Aquaman, he summons sea creatures and they get buffed. Black Adam, he gets super duper buff. It's hard to get his buff though. I think I don't know. I'm thinking there's a way to build this deck to make it work, but yeah, a lot of them make sense. Like Hal Jordan does a lot of stuff with different Green Lanterns. Lex Luthor, he KOs a recruit, just takes out any of them. So anyways, the flavor of these cards feels really nice. So again, I love this game. I'm hooked. I'm gonna play a ton of it. I can't wait to experiment with more decks. I can't wait until some like deck trackers and like analytics come out so we can like play around some more and all that, okay? So, but it's not all unicorns and rainbows. So let me tell you some of my opinions. And like it seems like not everybody agrees with me on this, but that's just me. Like in the Marvel Snap community, I have opinions that a lot of people don't agree with as well. So anyways, some people do agree with me. And it seemed like the chat, unless they were just kissing my butt thinking I'm gonna give them a beta key, they seem to agree as well. So the first thing I will say is, and this is probably the easiest thing to fix, is the game was bugged. There's like a lot of random bugs in the game, but they made a Discord channel for us to report bugs. So like, I'm not worried about bugs because you tell them what happened, all these they have to do is, you know, recreate it, make sure they can verify it, and then they can start tracking it down and fixing it. That I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about bugs. Here's why I'm showing you the Flash. So I love the Flash as a leader card. I love it. He attacks twice. If you get this other card, Iris West, it makes the Flash invincible. It's a really, really good card. It's a really cool card. I love it. I love playing it. But there was a bug that I experienced yesterday. I didn't play too much Flash today. Part of it was because I was worried. But the bug that happened was that I couldn't play the card. It was just locked. It was completely frozen. I couldn't click on it. I couldn't move it because in order to attack, you have to drag it to what you want to attack. So like I couldn't use it at all. So I had to concede twice. So that's one of the bugs. I had a really weird bug today where I went to use a card at the end of my turn, like right when the timer was running out. And the timer, I believe, is about 2 minutes. And it didn't play the card, but the card was out of my hand. Then the next turn, I was trying to play a card that targets one of my friendly units and I couldn't play it, right? And then I started clicking around. Well, the card from the last turn was still there. So the good news is, I still got to play the card. It didn't just like disappear, but it was like invisible. It was a really, really, really weird bug. So anyways, there's some bugs, but we're me and the other creators were reporting all of them. So hopefully some of that is fixed by the next weekend, all right? So anyways, I was trying to find the right tab. Maybe I don't have a tab open for that, but let me just talk about my next thing. This right here, and this is just a tip. This is a tip for all of you who are about to play the beta next weekend. This faction might, and this is where I don't know how many people agree with me on this, but the Might faction seems way overpowered. It seems just like it's way overtuned. Typically in games, in video games, like whatever type of video game you play, there is a class that is very powerful, that has a lot of strength, right? But they have a downside, like it's hard to get that thing to happen. Or like in other games, like the only thing I can think of is like Diablo, and I haven't even played the new ones yet. But like if you're like a barbarian, right? It's super strong, but it's like slower. It doesn't have these other abilities. You have to get in there and you have to like do melee attacks, right? So there's things that balance them out. In this game, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like the Might faction is just insanely powerful. Like if you want to win, play Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Do just a pure Might deck, play Wonder Woman and Aquaman, throw whatever cards you want to in there. But yeah, like, it's just ridiculously powerful. So I hope that there's some balance. But like I said, I don't think everybody agrees with me, but I'll tell you this. I experimented with a lot of decks. I was making my own decks and stuff like that. I even played some other decks that like people like Willow have made, who's like really like been playing the game a lot and knows a lot about the game. And I kept saying on Friday and Saturday, I'm like, this Might faction seems broken. It seems broken, it seems way overpowered. So today I finally built a Wonder Woman Aquaman deck. Like, I didn't wanna play it. I didn't wanna play it because I'm like, it seems overpowered. I made a deck with Wonder Woman and Aquaman. I won like 90% of my games. I kept winning. With the other decks, I was losing a ton, and like, I just kept winning with this deck. Like, it was ridiculous. So I do have some thoughts. Like, so Wonder Woman, every 2 turns, she like basically heals. She either heals or buffs your team, right? Because she gives +1 health to everybody, to all of your recruits, right? So you just keep buffing them. Aquaman is summoning sea creatures, all right? So it's just like a crazy ability. Then they also have this, so the recruits for them are crazy too, all right? So let me switch over to the recruits. So there's, where is he? This guy, Steve Trevor. So he charges one of your leaders. So you can charge up Wonder Woman super quick, then she buffs all your recruits. Meanwhile, you're getting sea creatures, right? It's crazy, it's just crazy. But then along with that, the recruits are crazy strong. They're crazy strong. So they have these keywords like shield and guard. So shield means they don't, the first attack against them, the first damage is just null and void, doesn't happen. Then the ability guard, so this one, Superman Robot, guard, nobody can attack anything on the back row until your guard cards are gone, right? So Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing's another ridiculously powered card. It is a gold, so you can't play him until later, but he gets +2/+2 for every single enemy recruit, right? So you can have 4 recruits. So if the other person has filled their board and you play out Swamp Thing, he's getting +8/+8. So that makes him a 10/13 with guard, so nobody can get past him, right? Like, these cards are really, really, really strong. I had one game where I put out the Aquaman recruit after I played that comic, and he just got ridiculously buffed. He gets +2 for each of your sea creature. And then he also summons a new sea creature every single round. Like, it gets ridiculous. This card right here, Clark Kent, like, sorry, I could talk about this all day. This is a card that you could play on turn 1, okay? And as long as he does not die, he turns into a Superman on turn 2, okay? He turns into this insanely powerful card on the next turn. So the way it works is that you take turns playing. I play, you play, I play, you play. So if I start out with Clark Kent in my hand, okay? If I have him on the very first draw, you can only have 1 in your deck, you're not gonna be able to do anything. You cannot do anything to me. Unless you have some kind of bronze ability or free ability in your hand that can do 1 damage, you're boned. Like, the game is practically over because I'm drawing a card that usually can't be played until like what, like turn 5 or 6? Like, that is nuts. So anyways, my tip to all of you is have at least one of your leaders needs to be a Might leader. It needs to be one of these 3. Wonder Woman and Aquaman seem the most powerful, but Superman, he gets invincible. By the way, that other Superman recruit, as long as he's in your front row, everything else, all your leaders are invincible. That seems like ridiculously powerful. Okay, so I think the Might faction needs to be turned down just a little, all right? The other balance issue that I think is a problem, and we were talking in Discord, some people disagree with me, but free cards, the cards that are free, seem very powerful. They seem like very powerful effects. So Batman summons gadgets, okay? So let me see if I can show you these gadgets. So every 2 turns, Batman, he lets you seek a gadget, which is a free card, okay? So if we do this, you'll get to see the free cards. Cost free. So these are all the gadgets that you can get. These are upgraded though. So after you play a card like Lucius Fox, you get these upgraded ones. So they deal, they heal for 3, or they deal 4 damage, or they grapnel. I like the abilities. The abilities are real cool, but they're free. Now, Batman, I don't know, it's hard to tell. Like, Batman is a very strong character. These are free cards. But the thing is that there's so many other cards that can get you free cards, okay? So let's see. Like, if you go to the recruits, one of the cards that you play is Bluebird, all right? She creates a gadget in your hand. And it's like, okay, the free cards, how powerful is it? Da-da-da-da-da. Well, there's this card right here. I actually played against Cozy earlier, Cozy Snap. He drew both of his Batwings, which is crazy to me because they're 40 card decks. And Batwing, he gets +1/+1 for every single tactics card that you play. So anything from like Batman's faction, he gets +1/+1. So think about that. You're playing free cards. They don't cost you anything. You have a bunch of other cards that create these things, and this card just snowballs. So that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. Cards in this game can really snowball out of control, and it's not that hard to do. Like, it's not a difficult thing to make these cards snowball. Like, this guy, if you're just playing out free cards, like, he gets like 10 damage and it's just like nuts. And then there's also these cards. So these cards for Wonder Woman, they're free. There's only one other card that I know of that creates these. These are Divine Weapons, and it's a silver card. It's a 1/6, so it doesn't do that much damage. But this card right here, so this is a might card. So remember, I told you the might cards are already very, very, very powerful. I was using this one. I didn't even realize it was a card until I started playing the deck. This doubles the damage of any card that you have, all right? So like, there was one game where I drew this, I had Superman out, okay? So he's a 8/8. I was able to turn him into a 16/8. I keep healing him with Wonder Woman, and like, it's just bonkers. It's bonkers. Like, I don't know what the answer is. Like, I think some of these should at least cost you a bronze. Like, just to give you an example, if I go to here, the energy faction. So Hal Jordan, he's an energy, and he seems fine. He seems fine. So he's from the energy faction. When he powers up, like, they made this a 3-turn ability, okay? You can only play Hal Jordan every 3 turns unless you have something else that charges him up. But he gets +3, and then he generates a bronze resource, so an extra resource. But it seems balanced because, like, you really have to strategize with this. You have to strategize a ton. Because if you look at his, all the Green Lanterns, you have to pay a bronze resource to do something powerful, all right? Look at every single one. You have to pay a bronze resource. You have to pay a bronze resource. You have to pay a bronze resource, every single one of these. So that's what I'm saying, like, when you have these free cards that are just buffing things like crazy, meanwhile, it seems like this one's very balanced, the Green Lantern type stuff that you're trying to do. So those are just kind of my thoughts. Like, the game's amazing, but there's a lot of things in here that feel very, very, very out of balance to me. And like, my thing is, I don't like playing overpowerful decks. I just don't like it. And maybe like during this next week, I'm gonna go watch a lot of the other streamers and see if my theory is correct. But it really seemed like if you had at least one might leader and were playing might faction cards, like, you were winning. Like, you were winning unless you were going up against some other type of mirror match. So like, if you imagine having like a Batman Wonder Woman, a Batman Aquaman deck, that's crazy because you have free cards, you have these powerful cards. Another thing that people started to realize at the very end, so like today, was that this card, this leader is very powerful. Zatanna, she's very powerful. So she seeks magical spells. And this is every 2 turns. So I don't know if it's making them so they have to charge more. So it takes like 3 turns to create free cards. You know what I mean? Like, those are just the things that felt very out of balance to me. Like, the Flash seems fine. If you could pull an Iris West, he seems decent, but he's only doing 2 damage. Like, I could talk about this stuff all day. This is already getting like pretty long. But yeah, that is probably my main issue with the game is like, it seems like there's a lot of balancing things. But like, I don't know, I was like alone. I was alone in the Discord saying these things. So I don't know, you all, like, let me know down in the comments if you've watched like a bunch of streamers this weekend. Let me know what you think. Like, the Arkham Inmates decks, like, I love playing them. Like, there's a lot of different decks I wanna play, but like, losing doesn't feel good, you know? Like, I love the Anarchy decks with like Joker and Harley Quinn and stuff like that. But I did play my last game today, and I'm gonna play this deck next weekend. This guy had an Arkham Inmates deck, but he had a really strong opening hand, and it snowballed real quick out of control, right? So like, I don't know if I was just having bad lucks, bad draws, but yeah, this week I'm gonna spend watching some other streamers and seeing how it feels. But my theory is if you have at least 1 might leader, you're gonna win. You're gonna win if they don't. You know what I mean? So those are my thoughts. Again, I love the game, even though I spent the majority of this talking how it feels like a lot of cards and the factions are out of balance. Like, I'm still like hooked on it. I'm still addicted to it. I'm gonna be counting down the days until we get to play again next weekend. Then I'm gonna be counting down the days until the next beta weekend or the launch. But hopefully they're gathering data and they can like see what's going on. And maybe they'll just say, hey, Chris, you're a moron and you're just bad at this game. That's possible too. All right, but anyways, that's all I got for this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. How do you like DC Dual Force from what you've seen and all that? Don't forget, I am gonna be giving away a bunch more keys. I'm sending out like 100 to 150 more today. Then I'll have 150 more that I'm giving away during the week. And I said this on stream, but I have 19 codes that will give you 5 free booster packs, all right? 5 free booster packs. So I will be giving those away to people who have won the beta keys, so that way when you play, you can open up some cards, all right? But anyways, that's all I got for the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Again, if you're new, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell. It's my birthday month. Help us get to 10,000 subscribers, all right? That'd be an amazing birthday gift to me, okay? But yeah, have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.